And how do you minister to those in San Francisco who are living in the homosexual lifestyle?
That's good. That's good. I will say, man, my compassion, my life, my thought pattern, my love, everything has changed in that sense, as far as it has really grown since I've been in San Francisco. I mean, like I said, the issues, the sin issues are so much more glaring. But you know, the way I approach that is the same way I approach a couple that's ready to divorce. One of the issues that the homosexual community and those who struggle with it, the reason why a lot of them have a problem with the church is we treat it as a sin that's so much worse than the others. And we'll excommunicate people for homosexuality, but we won't do it for divorce. And I do it for divorce. It's a terrible sin in the sight of God. When you're cheating on your wife, or you're going to leave her for some ungodly reason, an unbiblical reason, man, we pursue it, we fight against it. But it's kind of like what I said about singleness. This isn't really about sexuality as much as it is about surrender to the kingdom and being a person who's about the kingdom that says, look, if I'm single the rest of my life, that's not the biggest thing in my life. It's not my sexuality or my desires, my sexual urges that define who I am. I find my identity in, are you kidding me? Like, I speak to God? Are you kidding me? Like I can actually be his servant and I can do what he calls me to do, and I can, man, I'm going to be with him forever. Like, where's that identity found in? It's no different from be careful how I word this stuff, but I guess to me a lot of these sin issues are secondary. The bottom line is, let's just start here. What I say to people, whatever issue you're dealing with today, is, are you willing to surrender to God no matter what he says? What if he said in this book, Chinese people have to stand on their heads? I mean, that's just an example. Like, I'll try to stand on my head. I mean, he's God. What if he said, Chinese people don't get to marry? He's God. I don't like that, but I'm going to surrender to that because I understand the difference between a creator and a created being. Like, so whatever. And before we even get to what does this book actually say, I have to say, do you just surrender? Would you surrender? I mean, if you disagree with God on an issue, would you still submit to him? I really believe that's the core issue here. And then to say, if so, which that's the type of person I want to be also, then let's look at this book together. Because a lot of what following Jesus is about, deny yourself and pick up your cross and follow me. A lot of this is about beating your body and making it your slave. It's about not doing some of the things you very much want to do. That's just a major part of what it means to follow Jesus. And so it's not even I don't even think that's the core issue. That's not the first thing I talk about. If two guys come in holding hands or whatever, that's not the first thing I'm going to address. I really think we jump to that too quickly, rather than saying, okay, at the core of your being, do you believe in a creator? And if he is your creator, would you surrender to whatever he asked you to do? And if so, then, maybe I'm wrong on some of this. I mean, I'm a human being. I'm going to be off on things. Let's study this book together. Let me teach you how to study the book, and then you tell me, what does it say? But I just think we've done a very poor job as a church with a lot of sin issues. I personally, from my best understanding of Scripture, of this book, I go, man, it appears to be a sin to me. But if you study it, and your natural conclusion or your best conclusion is that it is not, and help me understand that. I want to see that, but I want to see it from Scripture and not from reasoning, because we're all going to reason. And a lot of times we fight for the things we want. I fight for some of the things I want, and not necessarily the things that are true. It's just what we do.